Okay. Let's start this off right, y'all. I want to share a screen with you guys because I figure if we're going to do a master, there's nothing better than starting it off with the first live stream ever from the Flyboy Way. Y'all.
Right there. So let's get into it, peoples. Are you ready to rumble? I said, are you ready to rumble? Let's get it, baby. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Now, I had to charge my controller. My dumb self didn't charge the controller while I was at work today. And now it needs to have the cord in it. So the first couple games might be a little bit crazy. But what's going on, man? Hey, first time playing my home? You there, bro? I hear you walking around. All right, assault rifle and shotgun.
What's going on, Terrence Hill? What up? We're going to let it run for a little bit. Give some chance for people to join the room. First live stream ever. Look at the date. December 5th, 2017. December 5th, 2017.
I need to get rid of the shotgun.
Farpoint. VR.
Are we ready to go, man? What you rocking with?
First live stream ever on the Flyboy Way channel.
Okay. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm a sniper out here.
Let me speed up a little bit because it's intro, you know.
So
let's go. Now, mind you, this is all with a VR headset. I couldn't all with a VR headset. When we get the first kill, we'll go into the conversation, y'all. December 5th, 2017. Bam! Put him down.
What the heck?
He got me. Y'all thought I was gonna kill him. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And welcome to the live streaming masterclass. I felt the best way to start this live streaming masterclass off was by playing my first ever live stream. December 5th, 2017. I went and played a game called Farpoint. It was a virtual reality game where you put the helmet on, you got the controller, and you got, as y'all see what it was. Little did I know that while video games at one point was the only way you could live stream, it would change the future for what it was. Let's bring out, since we played the first live stream, let's get into the live stream that's probably the best live stream on my channel. And that was in Cali, Colombia during Petronio Alvarez Music Festival last year. Shout out to Mentuition International, Steve. Sometimes when you want to get to a higher level, and even though you're great, you want to go with who's the best in the field. And what I believe I did was I saw opportunity where I could show people in real life how, on third person view, not real life, but in third person view in real time, how you should or how you should if you want to make long-lasting content. Interact with a live stream, include other creators, be one in the live stream and still respond to your chat, and at the same time just show a good cultural time. So I decided to hire the best. At the time, I don't think they make me still the best now because I don't really know anybody who has ever filmed, as well as they do. So let me bring up the other live stream from the what I consider one of the best live streams, or the series of the best live streams I've had, so you guys can see the difference between um where it started, how it's progressing. And let's go. There's a lot of live stream. I tell you guys, I got a lot of live stream. We're gonna go through a lot. The reason why we're doing this on the computer is because I wanted to be able to share with you guys this stream. And we're gonna get to the information that you see on the thumbnail as far as how to live stream by yourself, how to do it without a big expensive book bag, how to do it where it's clear and you don't have to worry about everybody being like, yo, you were supposed to be clear. This live stream is all choppy. I'm going to walk you guys through it. And hopefully if it helps you or you know somebody can help, you'll share the video with them. I feel like doing this live because it's a live stream talk about. We might as well do it live, right? So let's go to Petronio Alvarez Music Festival, Cali, Colombia. Now, there are multiple ways that you can do this. Now, we're not going to get into as far as using the third party. And the reason why we're not going to get into using the third party is because a lot of the times, if you want to reuse the content for multiple things, whether it's shorts, whether it's clips, whether it's other videos that use that content, you don't want to have the chat screen on the screen, because once you transfer it over to YouTube, you're going to have to block blur the chat screen out. And if you have to blur the chat screen out on a YouTube, it's going to block a lot of your video. So we're not going to get too much into that, but that is what you're going to see here with the professionals, Mentuition, International, and Steve that you see. Now, when you're going to use that third-party live stream, it is important that you set up, and we'll briefly talk about this before we get into everything else. It is important that you set up a quality intro video. The intro video can either be, if you're going to change it every time, it can be what you're getting into at the time, or it can be what I did, a summary of who you are, what you represent, and what you're doing. But it has to fall within at least 1 minute, at least 30 seconds to 1 minute, 30 seconds. And the reason why this is because whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, the parameters that other big social media platforms has found out is that about 1 minute and 30 seconds is when people know if they're going to watch the rest of the video or not. So let's start it so I can give you guys a playthrough. Let me share the screen with you guys. And shout out to 916 in the building. What up? Again, this might be a 1 hour, 2 hour live, but we're going to go through every detail that I can think of so that you guys can become better live streamers, so that you guys don't give up because you think you got about a $30,000 TVU, or you got to walk, or because maybe some people don't want to walk around with a book bag because it can look goofy. But we're going to start off with the third person stream because I know that is what is, I guess, popular right now. But for a longer lasting thing, unless you plan on paying different people to follow you, cameramen to follow you around, and maybe you have a little issue like what it seems like DDG is having right now, I'm going to show you the way you can do it that'll work for almost everybody. But let's start with the quality. Let's play it out. And watch as you see everything that we've talked about transpire, how the opening is and how I introduce myself every single episode. Now, here's one thing you got to understand. A lot of these live streams, like the ones that you're going to see right now, are very long live streams. This is 4 hour long, almost a 4 hour long live stream. I did 11 and a half hour the other day. We're going to show you how there are different there are different instruments you can use, whether you're using the DJI Osmo Pocket or whether you're using your cell phone. We're going to go over that, and the quality that comes out is going to be different. But the highest connection that you can have with the quality is 1080p.
With the fly boy way. Come on, who you with? Let's go. THEFLYDOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. Just check out the channel. Fresh from future rules. Who want to be exact? But all around the world, my legacy intact. It's facts. And yes, I get my kicks from China, but I'd rather have real estate than real estate designer. I'm the Cali with a baddie. Or in Brooklyn at a block party, just practicing the Addy. Father of content, I'm great. Father of this content, thing for like 12 years straight. Black hot with my fists in the air. Every show they know the fly boy way in here. You see me arrive, I'm live. Scared. I'm the Cali Lambo, one fly in my hair. Every fifth school, the game is mine this year, and that's every year. I'm everywhere, player, and you never there. On real estate, need the more millions to settle. It's always the right time to take it to higher level. That's THEFLYDOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. Just check out the channel. THEFLYDOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. Just check out the channel.
Okay.
Yes, I'm always in the chat.
Got out here knocking the love crossing borders, still crossing borders. Ladies and gentlemen, I am CNC.
What's up, man? I'm Brad, different place out the world. Black man travels.
It's your boy FRE, $sign Express at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
Good morning, world.
All right?
Yeah. All right, before we start this up, shout out to Sheldon the Blind Traveler. I see you out there shaking and moving. Just came back from Japan. Yo, I think the first video I saw from Sheldon the Blind Traveler was in Cuba. It might have been in Cuba. I think that was the first video I saw because I think I was in Cuba similarly at the same time. And I seen the video. I was like, oh, man, I wish I'd have known. I would have let him know a little bit more. But shout out to Sheldon the Blind Traveler. Make sure y'all check out his YouTube channel, y'all. It's called Sheldon the Blind Traveler, yo. All right. So as y'all seen in the first intro with that live, this is the way we're talking about when you use a third party, like you use a third party and you use a third person view of a live streaming. And you've seen the intro. Now we're going to one of the things that should be explained before we even get deeper into this is that while you can't control everything that happens on a live stream, you can prepare so that at least you can have an outline of how you want your live stream to go. Because if you're jumping from place to place, if your starting point isn't as smooth, it will become boring and people won't watch it. People may come and crowd your live chat while you're live because maybe you're the only one live, but they will not come back and watch your content. And the most important thing about live IRLs is that they're rewatchable. So let's get into it, y'all. So we'll skip past this part, but what you see is this is how we start. Now I was inside already, but I had an idea of how to start the live stream from knocking on the door. So now this is what you'll see.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. And we back for the night live stream. Shit, it's about almost 10:30, 11 o'clock right now, and we're getting ready to go. We got a whole gang here, and I want to introduce you to somebody that you guys probably already know. He goes by the name Kings and Dreams. You know what it is, KING. Z, Dreams with a Z on all platforms. Make sure y'all follow me.
Now, what y'all seen right there in the live stream is y'all saw an intro and an introduction to the second person that was going to be helping me with the live stream. Now, the reason why it's usually good to have a second person when you're doing a major live stream place like Cali, Colombia during Petronio is because there's so much going on. You might lose your voice. You might be talking to a girl trying to get more information from her, and you might need your co-host to help you out. This is something that once you master the art of live streaming, you start to think of, especially when you run a two-man. A lot of people don't run two-mans properly because they don't plan out good enough. But me, the Flyboy Way, as you've seen, I've been doing live streaming since 2017, and it's only going to get better and better. Quick question from Sheldon, the blind traveler. Should you hold your phone vertically or horizontally when you go to your live? Now, while that part of the question might not be what we're talking about now, if you have a question in the chat at any time, feel free to ask it, and I will stop the video, stop the explanations of stuff, and answer your question. So again, Sheldon, the blind traveler, should you hold your phone vertically or horizontally? What that is going to depend on when you come to an IRL is your location and the space available. Because when you're walking down the street, you want people to be able to see the full screen. People want to be able to see the full screen. What annoys a lot of people and which makes content that's live stream or IRL not rewatchable is when everyone is on their TV, on their computer, or even on their phone watching horizontally, and all they see is a straight up and down video with two black sides. It's the biggest turnoff on people that are watching live streams. Not everybody will watching live streams like this. Now, I know YouTube and other platforms promote it, but most people do not rewatch live streams that are vertical. And most people don't want to watch a live stream like this. They want to watch it like this with a full screen. However, there are certain particular incidences where you need to go vertically because there's no space. For example, if I'm in a restaurant and there's a woman and me sitting at a table, as you know, restaurants have a lot of people. It's smaller, it's more concise. I might need to prop the camera up vertically so it can include both of us without everybody in the picture, because that could become an issue. Now, occasionally you definitely want to film horizontally, but vertically is the option when you don't have space, or another time you will want to film vertically is when you're somewhere where you don't feel as secure and you're by yourself. When you're by yourself, if you're recording like this, or if you have a post, I got to get out the room. If you have a thing and you're walking around like this by yourself, it's more conspicuous and somebody might snatch your phone and go. But when you're holding your phone like this, it's very difficult for somebody to snatch your phone. That's why you'll see a lot of people when they're in like a hood or in a dangerous area and they're by themselves, they'll hold their phone close to their chest. It doesn't really look as conspicuous. So again, when he says, should you hold your phone vertically or horizontally, I think your channel, if you're going to IRL stream, should have a mixture of both, but mostly horizontal, because horizontal is a better for rewatch content. Or even take your stuff one step higher. Get the Osmo Pocket 3, or if you can, get the Osmo Pocket 4, because while you're able to hold this and it's less conspicuous, it also shoots horizontally while just holding it like this. And if you look at the difference between this shooting horizontally and this shooting horizontally, this one is not as standoutish, and people will be their normal selves when you hold this. So there you go a little bit, and we get back into the conversation, y'all. Remember, feel free if you guys have any questions about IRL live streaming. I might have to run and get some water. Let me know, all right? So we're going to get back to the play. Now, again, this is opening and showing you guys how to run a 2-man on an IRL. The reason why it's important that you introduce the person that's with you and not just have them pop up is because if people don't know who else is live streaming with you, it's going to look like some random person that's just sitting there riding on your coattail. And for this particular time, what I did for this particular time, what I did was I let King James, Kings and Dreams channel on YouTube, introduce himself, and then I let him take the camera and show us the place that is his Airbnb. And the reason why I did that is because now, this is the second live stream, just in case you didn't know. So now that they know me already, I get to let them know my co-host for the night. And you'll see Kings and Dreams going on the what's thing on the thing. We'll speed up a little bit more, y'all. I want to point out another point right here. So we're gonna speed up a little bit more. All right. Here is another point that a lot of people have to think about when you are Here's another thing. I'm gonna get your comment, Eddie. Your question, Eddie. Here's another thing that a lot of people have to consider when you're IRL streaming. When you're IRL streaming, unless you're doing something like a streamer university where everything is contained into one area, IRL means in real life. And in real life, you're going to have a lot of gap spaces where you're traveling from one place to another place, or you're not doing nothing, waiting for something that you have to do. That in-between time is very crucial. Now, you're not going to be able to keep everybody entertained all the time. But what you don't want to do is just be sitting in the car looking like this and looking around while your viewers are live streaming. You don't want to be sitting around, we're on a live, no energy, we're going to the next spot, and I think y'all going to like it when we get there, and then you're quiet. And you look and you're reading the chat, but you're not saying nothing. Hey, what's going on, Terrence Hill? 916, I appreciate that. Sheldon, what up, Sheldon? That energy level will kill your IRL stream. Even if somehow you gain that energy back during when you arrive at your location, that energy level, and most taxi cabs most times you have to take an Uber or take a ride from one place to another. It's going to be a 15 to 20 minute ride. So you want to make sure you keep your chat intrigued. Like if you watch my last video, and we'll come back to the Cali Columbia video. I think we'll keep it here to illustrate it for you guys. What you're going to see us doing is interacting with the chat. I'm looking in the camera. I'm talking to Steve. I'm talking to Steve. I'm talking to Kings and James, and I'm explaining you guys tonight. But let's watch.
That's midnight. Yeah. So that means we're gonna get there like an hour. Not even an hour. How long is it gonna take us to get there? No, it's 12 minutes. 15 minutes. It says 17. Yeah, so we'll get there. So we'll get there at 11:15. Yeah, but afterwards, it's a little bit let out, and then after that, so we'll go to
So basically, what we're doing in this time right here during the IRL, when we have a 15 to 30 minute ride to the place we're going, is we're giving you a foreshadowing of what we're going to do. Because now you can decide, okay, well, maybe I'll come back later. Maybe I know they're going to be for 15 minutes. Maybe I'll come back later because they told me what they're going to do, and I'll see what they'll do there. The worst thing you want to do is the quiet area. You don't want that quiet area. Because a lot of times, again, the difference between a streamer university, a difference between an iShow speed is that they are normally, if not 90 to 100% of the time, in a small area, and they only stay within that area. But as a regular person, as a regular content creator, if you're IRL streaming, there are going to be gaps when you're in a cab going from one place to another or waiting for a party to get started. And the last thing you want to be doing is just sitting there on the bench like, this area looks dangerous, so we're just going to keep quiet so nobody knows that we're IRLing. Again, y'all, that kills your IRL stream. Now we're gonna fast forward again a little bit to some more. Now look, I want to point out a time. I hope he did it. Let me see if I can point out a time. All right, so look, During the IRL stream, hold on, we'll make sure it's right. All right, cool. All right. We're going to play this right. What I was saying. During an IRL stream, you have to realize there are going to be some times where you're not able to film. What you're seeing right now is our feet as we walk past the police and the security guard to get into the entrance. We did not stop the live stream. That is one of the worst things you can do. We did not black out the live stream. All we did was point the, and I tapped Steve. I said, Steve, we got to point the camera to the ground because Colombian police don't like when we point the camera at them. And we're going through the security checkpoint. So point the camera at the ground, and we're going to walk through, and I'm going to stay active with the live. That's all something that you have to understand, because once you run into a problem with the police of live streaming, that could be the end of your live stream. That could be the end of your IRL. And this is all stuff that you have to think of. So again, what you also see here is you'll see us not just walking and talking to each other, but occasionally you'll see us interacting with people that are there. That is a big problem that a lot of live streamers I've seen of recent have. It feels like they're not in the environment and actively in their environment. They're just there by themselves communicating with the people they know. Let me speed up to a part where you'll see me stopping and talking to the people, because it's very important that you show an inclusive, interactive video when you do IRL streams. Let me go. I'll try to get it. Where's she at? 1 second. I know it. One thing it is a personality thing. Now, I will say this. It is a personality thing. But I'm going to pause it so you guys can see the thing. It is a personality thing, and I don't know a way around it, so I'm just going to say honestly. A lot of you guys are not really supposed to be IRL streamers because you're not willing to adjust your personality to fit what it needs to be for you to be able to be inclusive with the story you're telling. A lot of people, and I'm not saying that everybody shouldn't do what they want to do, but what I'm saying is that it's a certain personality that you have to have: charisma, energy, kindness, empathetic. Your character has to be of a certain ilk in order for your IRL streams to come out smoothly and not forced. And a lot of the times, maybe it's just me because I've been doing it for a long time. Maybe it's just me. But a lot of times it's very easy to see whose personality is forced. And it comes off awkward. Some people like the awkwardness, so maybe you can still do it. But let me show you something real quick. Let me show you an interaction real quick. And I'm going to play the sound so you can hear it. Now, right here, what I'm doing is I'm preparing to talk to her. But I'm not put up. What I'm doing is I'm preparing to talk to her, but I'm letting the camera guy know, hey, don't focus too much on, because if she sees the camera, she might think, or she really not sees, but if she focuses on the camera, she might think it's not really trying to get to know her on a regular basis. So just stand a little bit further back, show the whole crowd, and do that. And Steve held it down. Steve did exactly how I predicted it. I was able to introduce myself. International came over. He did the block for the friend, and we was able to have this conversation. This is not a woman that I set up who was there already. This is not a woman that I knew a long time ago, or I just met on Tinder and I said, let's meet here. This is in real life. In real time, I'm meeting her the same time you guys are meeting her. So anything that happens, whether she shuts me down, whether she turns me, whatever it is, it's going to happen. And that's what you have to be prepared for. Because this could have went a bunch of different ways. She could have shut me down. Her friend could have stopped talking to Al. The cameraman could Steve could have been all in her face. And all of that is going to ruin the IRL live stream. But it did not. Why? Because remember that character, the character, the charisma, the personality you said you had to have, both International and me, the Flyboy Way, were able to show the women that I had that. And once you get them laughing, you in there. And again, this was not possible to catch on film without Steve being able to understand. This is why I said sometimes if you can't explain it, you better be with a professional who knows how to do it. Luckily, I can explain what I wanted, and Steve already knew. Steve already knew how to film, because if not, her having the camera in her face like this would have messed the whole IRL interaction up. But again, this is something that people don't prepare for. That's why you see a lot of two-mans in different countries, in different cities, go bad, because there's no organization. There's no connectivity between the camera guy and a person in front of the camera, or the other guy that's with him and a person that's talking to the girl. All of this is stuff that is very, very important when you IRL stream. Eddie J, let me get to your comment first, and then we'll get to the other comment, and we'll get back to the show. Eddie J says, is it true that streaming vertically exposes the live stream to more or different people when you are live? Yes. On YouTube, YouTube puts your IRL vertical live stream. For those that don't remember, vertical is when you stream with your phone like this. YouTube puts that live stream in the same category algorithm as shorts. Now, when you film horizontally, that's a category by itself. YouTube does not put it into the category of video on demand streams, which it probably should, but it doesn't. But when you record vertically, YouTube puts that into the YouTube Shorts algorithm. So yes, you can get more people to watch a video, people who may never have seen your channel. Here's the problem with that. If you allow that to happen, two things are bad. I spoke earlier about the first thing. Vertical live streams are not very rewatchable because most people don't want to see the two black sides on the thing. So they won't watch it unless it's live, which means that the retention is not going to be high. And it's most likely that after your video is over, those 400, 500 people that you had on your chat, none of them are going to rewatch the video. Nobody's going to click that video once they see that it's vertical, and that video becomes dead. So now you just wasted your time. The second thing that's going to happen is that it pushes it out to people who don't normally watch your content, and they're going to come to your content. And what they're going to do is they're going to either troll, they're going to say crazy stuff. You're going to be on the phone, you're going to be on a live with a girl, and somebody's going to be like, hold on, I'm on the phone. Hold on a second. So you're gonna be on a live with a girl, and somebody's gonna be like, yo, that girl is ugly as hell. Why her face look like that? And the girl's gonna read it, and she's gonna be like, all right, bye, I'm going. Again, messing up your live stream. So for me, while I say there are times when you need the vertical live stream, it's not the best thing. You should have far more horizontal live streams than vertical IRL streams in your catalog. Sheldon the Bond Traveler says, I noticed that when I go live, sometimes I would have 50 people jump right in, then minutes later, 0 people watching me. Sheldon, that is also attached to what Eddie J was saying. YouTube pushes your video when you go live vertically out. And all these new people who's coming in, but they're not staying and watching because they don't watch your channel. So now what that tells YouTube is that as we push your content out, the retention is not going to be high. They're not watching your IRLs. So now in the future, we're not going to push it out to as many people because they're not sitting there watching it. And a lot of times the reason they leave out is because of that black screen on both sides. Sometimes it's because they don't know you. Your content might not be exciting at that time right there. But most of the time, it's because that vertical live stream, unless you got your phone like this is killing your live stream. TV is killing your live stream. If they're watching it on YouTube, it's killing your live stream because all they see is two black screens and they're trying to see the corners of your vertical live stream. One more question, then we'll get back to the conversation. Shout out to Flatbush in the building. Shout out to Molly Wood. Shout out, you be back. I'll be out there too. You know that. Shout out to 215 in the building. Shout out to King Tasker. He says, do you think Medellin is safe? Medellin is safe based on what you go for. based on the research you do, based on the location you stay, based on the area you move, and based on, most importantly, how you consume alcohol or other things. Because if you don't do other things, if you don't overconsume alcohol, if you stay in an Airbnb with security that checks IDs, if you only go to places where you can they got security and stuff, or where a lot of other people go. Bro, I've been in Medellin all 2024. I've been there since 2000. I've been going there since 2019. Knock on wood, I ain't had nothing happen to me. The one time something could have happened to me, the security guard stopped it. The security guard said, "Yo, I'm not letting this guy up. I'm not letting these two girls up, and because their ID is not legit. All they got is a video, a photo ID. I'm not letting them up." And something could have happened if they came up, but it didn't because I had security. So is it safe? It depends how you move. That determines safety. All right, let's get back to the IRL live stream masterclass, y'all. Again, what I'm telling you guys is that in different environments, you need different weapons. And like the one you seen right there. Now that I showed you the third person view, with shout out to Mentuition International and Steve. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my lives when I'm by myself. And the one thing you got to realize is that when you're IRL streaming by yourself, this right here is a desktop stream. For those that don't know, we're live, but it's a desktop. This environment is very controllable. I can control this environment. Nobody can just walk into my house. Nobody that I would invite here is going to do anything crazy. So I can control it to a limit. Now, if I'm by myself, I got full control. But if I bring a girl, if I bring one of my homies, I have partial control. Meaning I can tell them, hey, don't do this, but they can still do stuff that I can't control. But when you're in an environment, like when you're walking outside IRL or you're in a club IRL, you have the only control you have is how you react and whether or not you shut the camera off or put the camera down. And if you're not quick enough, something bad can happen. A woman can flash her chest, and now your whole stream is not only dead, but if somebody liked you or somebody really didn't like you as a creator, they could clip that stream, report it to YouTube, and now you got a problem with YouTube because you're showing breast on camera on live stream. So again, when you're in an uncontrollable environment, there are certain weapons you want to use, and there are certain strategies you want to use. When I speak about weapons, I'm not talking about anything physical weapons. I'm talking about, do you want to use your cell phone or do you want to use your Osmo Pocket? Both of these are weapons when it comes to learning how to IRL stream. The difference is the Osmo Pocket is less conspicuous, but the cell phone is easier to shut down if something happens. If the Osmo Pocket records a girl with her breast out, and you're directly streaming to YouTube, you then have to use your cell phone to go back and private that video before anybody can clip it, which is a tough process that it takes before you can do that. But if you're on your cell phone, you can immediately, boom, stop the live, private the video right before it goes swing. It's a piece of cake. So again, it depends what environment you feel free and you feel comfortable in. I use them both. I want to show you guys what I mean by different weapons for different things. Now, look, on this live stream, right? Under my live streams, somebody asked me earlier, vertical or horizontal. So let's go to a horizontal that shows when I felt like I had to use horizontal because of the space that was available. Let's go to here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. Now, in place, I'm going to let it play. I want to play the sound. We are in a club, right? Now, while we are in a club, there's a table, but the table is just a little circular table. For all those that don't know, whenever you're going to go vertically, whenever you're going to go horizontally with your phone or your Osmo, you're going to have, give me 1 second. Left the other one in the car now. I'm back. Look, whenever you go live stream vertically, you're going to have a tripod, because if you want to keep your camera still, you can either hold it like this, which is going to be very difficult to hold it like this and keep filming you and the girl, and you got to keep doing this, and you can't really do too much. You're going to have a tripod. But when the tripod opens up, you see a small table right there that we're on with the bottles and stuff that we got in front of us. It's not going to fit. It's not going to fit on the table. So now you're not able to use a tripod. So you either got to keep going like this one horizontally, or like you see here, you go vertically and you prop your camera up against something. You prop your phone up against something on the table. What that allows you to do is it allows you to free your hands. When you can free your hands, it's a lot more you can do. You could bring the girl over. The woman doesn't feel like it's too much of a camera thing. This is all part of IRL live streaming, y'all. This is a time in an instance where filming vertically was very important. I didn't have a cameraman. I could have asked my friend to do it, but I didn't want to ask him to do it because it'd have been a little awkward. We're having a party. Again, when you IRL stream, you want to tread the border of, I'm gonna get to your comments in a second. You want to tread the border of looking goofy and getting good content. And a lot of the times when you do stuff to get the best content, it can make you look goofy. If I'm sitting in a bar where everybody is partying and I got a backpack on, or I got a backpack in front of me, a TVU or one of those expensive IRL streaming backpacks, in order to get the best quality, guess what's going to happen? This pretty woman right here is not going to want to be all on me. She's not going to want to express herself in a way where it's energetic, because she's going to see this like, oh, this guy's a goofy with this big backpack, and this guy has got this big camera setup. So again, when it comes to IRL streaming, different weapons for different instances. Do I vertical stream? Yes. Do I horizontal stream? Yes. Do I IRL? Yes. Do I desktop? Yes. I do it all because I'm not a one-dimensional creator. But before all of that, there's something that we gotta discuss. And what I'll do is this: I have to go downstairs and get it real quick because it's in my car. But matter of fact, no, I don't have to do that. The most important thing, and I want you guys to listen closely. The most important thing when it comes to IRL live streaming on your desktop is your connection. Listen to what I'm saying. First, I told you all this other stuff, but this is the most important thing when it comes to IRL streaming, and that is your connection. It doesn't matter if you have the iPhone 17, newest phone, the Samsung Ultra 26, newest phone, or the Osmo Pocket 3 or 4. If your connection is garbage, your live stream is garbage. Whether it's freezing, whether it's digitized, or whether it's not working at all, and you can't start on time. The most important thing is your connection. And I want to bring you guys something up that I've been using, and I'm going to go to the website to bring it up for you guys, because I could, this is not for promotion YouTube. This is just showing people what I use and showing them things that I do. This is not for promotion. I'm not promoting it. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys something. Roaming Wi-Fi, Amazon. Ta-da! Y'all saw how everybody was leaving? Y'all see how people left because the live stream ended? This is the reason why it's important to get the roaming Wi-Fi router. And the reason why is because the minute that your stream ends, the minute that your live stream ends, you lose momentum. Can you get it back? Of course you get it back for most part, but you lose momentum. Roaming Wi-Fi, Amazon. So you want to make sure you have the most clearest stream and the most the most secure devices when you live stream, because you might not get a second chance to build momentum again. You might not get a second chance to build momentum again. You want to make sure you have. Now, this is not for promotion. I told YouTube it's not for promotion. This is what I use, everybody. I've watched a lot of streamers struggle. A lot of streamers struggle with connectivity issues in different countries, and it is hilarious to me now. And the reason why it's hilarious to me now is because there's so much information out there where you can find out, oh shoot, how can I make this work without messing stuff up? What this device is a roaming device that allows you to connect to the best satellite in almost any country. The only country you cannot connect to is Cuba, because in Cuba they do not have this right here. I mean, they don't have the connection for this. There's no Cuba area on it. It'll tell you. It'll go to a bunch of other different countries. There's other type of roaming Wi-Fi you can use, but I've been using this roaming Wi-Fi for like 2 to 3 years now. And you know what? I can just talk to you and tell you how good quality has been. But let's just go back real quick, right? Let's go back and let me show you in some countries. Now, it doesn't work in all countries. It doesn't work great in all areas of the country. But let me show you some countries or some other places, some videos I've done, some live streams I've done where I use the roaming Wi-Fi as a live stream and I show you the clarity. I think that's a great idea, right? That's a great idea. Let's show you. Shout out to DCPRT. I'm gonna get your comments in a minute. Let me show. Let's go. Let's close out this right here and let's bring up YouTube again. And again, what I'm going to do is we're gonna go all the way back. We're gonna take it back, way back to Africa. We're gonna take it back to Ghana, Accra, Ghana, where I use this to live stream at a restaurant. Let's go. Let's share the screen real quick. Make sure we share the window. And let's go to this one. Let's go to my channel. And let's go to live streams. And let's go all the way down to Africa. Now, this is back in 2025, y'all. Again, I've been using this for 2 years, and I'm a proponent. This is not for promotion. This is just telling you what. I'll show you other places where we use it too, like whether it's Puerto Rico, whether it's Colombia, whether it's in New York City. Like, so many places I've used this Wi-Fi to get the 1080p connection. And for those who don't know, the highest connection you can get is 1080p. And I'm going to show you guys one vertically, and I'm going to show you guys one horizontally. Here is when I use this to film vertically. Look at the clarity. I want you to look at the clarity. Video. Can we make it any bigger? Pause. No. All right. I want you to look at the clarity in this video. We are literally walking in Ghana, Africa, in the streets. And this is not a 5-minute video. No. This is not a 10-minute video. No. This video, and I want you guys to see, this video is 1 hour and 24 minutes of live streaming a march that went 3 to 4, 5 mile walk, a 5K, not 5 mile, a 5 kilometer walk. And the live stream is this clear in the middle of Accra, Ghana. I'm telling you guys, anybody that doesn't have a clear live stream and is not able to connect, it's because they're not doing the research they need to produce you content that is very, very quality. I am sitting here showing you an hour and a half on a live stream device that I showed you, walking. So we're not just standing in one place. You can't say there's Wi-Fi. We're walking. There's no Wi-Fi. You know what? Let me play the sound, because maybe you think the sound is distorted because I'm not playing the sound. So let me go back to the video. I'll play the sound real quick. Let's speed up a little bit. So it's more noisier. We're in Ghana, Africa. Ghana, Accra. Accra, Ghana. You don't see the you might see the walking funny, but you don't see the skipping. You can clearly see. You can see the color of people's shoes. There's no digitization on the video. You can hear the sound clearly. The sound's not skipping, and we're on my cell phone. When you see it skipping like this, it's because I'm flipping the camera from front to back. Again, this is horizontally. Now let's go somewhere else because we was in Ghana. Well, maybe in Ghana it works. Let's go somewhere else real quick. I want to take you guys to a more recent one. When I was in Colombia. Now, for those that don't know what Minca is an isolated part of Colombia, whereas in the mountains, and there are some places where you don't get no service, and we'll bring you the way to get past that right after we talk about this, and then I get to your comments. All right. We were in Minca, Colombia, and Minca is in the hills, which is very difficult to get service. Very difficult. And this is the clarity that we had. Hold on, let me get to y'all. Let me get to a part that's more to watch. Using the Wi-Fi router, the roaming Wi-Fi router. So whenever you guys hear one of your favorite creators or your favorite lady creator, your favorite male creator say, "Oh my God, the service isn't right. I'm sorry we couldn't bring to you a live because the service wasn't good. We wasn't getting reception. We couldn't get it right." Always remember that creator doesn't care about you enough to do the research. Because if they cared about you enough to do the research, they will be able to bring to you content that is superbly clean. Again, we are in. I want you to look in the background. You can see the trees and stuff. We are in Minca, Colombia. Now I know in this part of the video we're standing still. So you're like, "Oh, you're standing still. It's easy to get service when you're standing still." Cool. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give you two different ways that we did it, so you can see that it wasn't just sitting still that gave us a good connection. Let's do walking. Is it skipping when we're walking around? Look, we're walking around and the video is not skipping. You want to hear the sound to make sure you know it's not skipping, right? Let me show you guys real quick. Hold up. Let's add the sound to it. Let's add the sound to it. So we are going to, I should probably screen this one. But we're going to, which one is kids? Me and two, not still. Y'all see that? Clear. This is not me making an excuse. Hold on. This is not me making an excuse that I can't bring you the service because we in the mountains somewhere and there's no Wi-Fi anywhere. This is not me bringing you an excuse and you've seen everything being all digitized and stuff. This is something that me doing the research out how I could bring to you quality content without. Now I am carrying a backpack, but I got my drone in the backpack. I'm carrying a backpack on this one. The video is skipping a little bit, okay, but it's clear. It's clear. There's no thing. Remember, we're in the mountain, and again, it's also skipping only because we're sharing the video on through the YouTube thing. If you go to the actual video, there's no skippage at all. But we're sharing the video on another screen on my computer, so there could be a little bit of skippage, but it's not skipping at all. If you want to hear the sound is not skipping. Listen to the sound. If the video itself was actually skipping, the voice would be skipping. Listen. You see, I just want to, it's something I want to point out to you guys because, again, remember that we're live streaming and we're running a thing also. You know what I mean? In this video, we're in Minca in the hills. Now, I will show you a part where it does get choppy. As we go on a motorcycle up into the wood, up into the hill, the mountain and hills, it's going to get choppy. I want to show you that part of the video. And this is when we're going to break down how you even get around that real quick. So look, let me get on a motorcycle. All right. I'm going to show you when we get on a motorcycle. You're going to start to see it get choppy. Now, while we're on the motorcycle, not right now, but when the motorcycles start moving, you'll see it get choppy. What I want to do, and there are other ones. Shout out, we'll get to your comments after we explain this part right here. The next part. Unruly Traveler. There are other Roman Wi-Fi's, but the one that I'm using for the last 2 to 3 years has been good. Now look, we're on a bike, right? We're on the bike going through the jungle, and it's still clear. It's still clear. Now there is a part where it's going to get choppy because we're deep in the woods, in the mountains. Again, we're deep in the woods, in the mountain, but as we go up and we're on a bike, we're moving fast, it's clear. Again, this is not no promo. Is the 10 gigabyte? We're gonna get a video. All right, so I'm gonna get into that after this part before I get to your questions. Then we're gonna get into the part where we could transfer to something else, and then we'll get into the Roman Wi-Fi difference. Because I think I gotta explain this one and the Starlink so I can give you guys the difference expectations. As you see, we're going through the woods and it's at high speeds on a motorcycle, and it's still clear. It's going to eventually starts to get blurry because we're going fast. We're going into the deep mountain ranges, so it's going to get fast, and then eventually it's going to cut off. But the quality of this is crazy. Now you see, there you go. It's getting messed up a little bit, so we'll stop it there. We'll stop it there. Okay. Let me get back to the main screen. Let me get back to the main screen real quick. All right, now I'm gonna get to your comments now. Matter of fact, I'll get to your comments before we talk about the next part. But I'm gonna introduce the next part, and then I'll get to your comments, your questions and comments. The Wi-Fi router, the roaming Wi-Fi router, as you can see, even in the most craziest depths of the mountains in Minca, Colombia, was getting service. Going up on a bike, on a motorcycle at high speeds, going up a hill. There is a part where there is no service for anything. There's no phone service, there's no router service, and there's no service. But that doesn't mean you can't live stream. It just means you need a content creator that is willing to do the research and take it to another level so they can bring you content in areas where most people can't bring you content ever. And right after we get to y'all comments, we'll talk about the Starlink and what it does. So let me go back to y'all comments, because again, this is a live stream to keep you guys updated live IRL. Remember, you got any questions, ask them. I'm going to get to them before we end the live stream. You can't super chat, you can't super thanks, you can't send donations. I'm not going to just read everybody's message because you sent a donation. I'm going to show you that I appreciate everybody for being here, and I'm going to check out your messages. All right. I believe we stopped by King Tasker if Medellin was safe. All right. So we're back to Sheldon. Sheldon, the blind traveler. I noticed when I go live, sometimes I would get 50 people. Oh, we answered that part. Okay. Flatbush, what up? What up? 215. What it do? What it do? Okay. Sheldon says, does YouTube algorithm mess up people's lives? Because sometimes when I go live, I can have 50 people watching me, and then minutes later I have 0 people live. That's kind of like the first answer to that. I will also say this though: the longer you're on live, the more likely you're to have more people. It's not that YouTube is messing up your live stream. It's that if your channel is not specifically a live channel, if you haven't been going live consistently for a long time and only live, like if you have lives and you have videos and you have shorts, YouTube is not going to push your live video out to all of your subscribers. It's not even going to push it out to the majority of your subscribers in the first 10 minutes, in the first 20 minutes. But around that 30-minute mark, 35, 40-minute mark of your live stream, if you're still live, YouTube will start to push your content out to more of your subscribers. Notice, I did not say YouTube will push your content out to people, random people like it does with vertically. What I'm telling you is that YouTube does not push your live streams out, no matter how many subscribers. I have 107,000 subscribers right now. YouTube is not pushing my live streams out to 107,000 subscribers. And that's what people get wrong. They say, you got all these subscribers. You got 300,000, you got 400,000 subscribers, but you only got 200 people in the live. YouTube is only pushing your live streams out to 100 subscribers. And if a certain percentage of that 100 subscribers joins, then they'll push it out to 200. And if a certain percentage of that subscribers joins, they'll push it out to 500. And if a certain percentage of that, and it goes on and on. So it's a building thing. That's why the longer you stay on live, the more people that join the live, the more that subscribers that you'll get. So when is YouTube messing it up? No, because if YouTube shout out that I'm live to 107,000 people, we're breaking 2,000 people easily. The issue is, as you do other forms of content on YouTube, it takes away from your channel being a live channel or being a shorts channel or video on demand channel. So YouTube doesn't really know where to go. What YouTube really want, in my opinion, this is my opinion part. This is part of my opinion. What YouTube really wants you to do is it wants you to create a channel for each individual thing. It wants you to create a video on demand channel that only has video on demands. It wants you to create a short channel that only has shorts. It wants you to create a live channel where it only has lives. And you have to be active on each, and each of them will blow up because you separated. But that's too much work. It's not worth it for me. I don't want people to have to keep going to all different places. I want you to know everything in one place. That's why I do it. But if you're trying to do lives, I have a live channel now, but I have a live channel more for protection, because it's been a lot of crazy stuff that happened on my lives or happened on other people's lives that I would rather have on another channel than the brand channel, and I don't want to mess it up. Then I can fix it and then bring it to the main channel. Let me get a water real quick. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. Cold water. Need cold water? I need a cold water, y'all. I'm back. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Unruly Traveler, what up, what up, what up? Corey Drummond, what it do? Josh, salute. Unruly Traveler says, Flyboy don't like the IRL backpack. It's not that I don't like the IRL backpack. I like bringing my subscribers the best quality I can. However, the thesis of my content is real life content. When you start to introduce cameras, backpacks, and things that make it look more like a production, the people that you make me in real life, they start changing how they move around you because they see it. For example, if I walk up to a girl and she likes me and I get to talk to her, give her a number, I can go. Cool. If I walk up to a girl and I tell her I'm a vlogger, I'm walking around with a camera, she might still get my number. Cool. If I'm walking around with a backpack, I got a string attached to my camera, my phone, and I'm in her face like trying to talk to her, now she's gonna look at me like, nah. And if you don't believe that, look at the difference between people who are backpack people who carry the backpack and people who wear the glasses that are able to look at the reaction that women get when you just wear the glasses, the meta glasses, and you could like record your game, even though they're trying to stop it on Instagram now. Imagine how easy if I just had the glasses, I could just talk to the girl. It's gonna be easy to get the real experience. But when you got a backpack, you got the cord attached to the camera, the experience is gonna be modified, y'all. I don't know how to explain it to people if you haven't been in the field like that, but it's gonna be very modified. So it's not that I don't like it. I just try to give you more of a realistic experience. Sheldon says, is it better to use a microphone or no microphone when you go live? Microphone. All right, so, oh my goodness. Let me bring it to y'all real quick. Again. One second. All right, we're back again. I got me running around. Look, when it comes to conversations, if you use your Osmo Pocket, it can usually pick up everybody's voice, depending on the closivity of the person. However, if you're in a crowded atmosphere, like, and I'm gonna put it back on again. Hold a second. One second. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Because I like give you examples when I talk you through the IRL live stream masterclass. Let me see. Not this one. This one. All right, so let's go back to Cali, Colombia, y'all, because this is a really good examples to use to show you. I could even go to Puerto Rico since we've been in Cali already. Let's go to Puerto Rico. All these are live streams, by the way. Oh, this one is Now let's go back to Cali because Cali we use Cali instead because Cali's easy to explain to Puerto Rico. I got Puerto Rico to the other channel. I would have to go to the live channel to show you the difference. So let's go back to let's pick another one up. Let's go back to Cali, Colombia. Not this one. Go back. And what I'm basically going to show you guys is I'm going to show you the difference between and why it's important to have a microphone when you live stream and you're going in a crowded area. Now, if you're in like a area that's not a lot of noisy, not a lot of noise, not a lot of music, not a lot of stuff, it's different. But when you're in a large crowd or you're around a lot of people, it's going to be points where it doesn't make sense. Here's the thing right here, perfect time. All right, so I'm allowed this to play for a little bit first, and then after I allow this to play, the question we're answering is Sheldon the Blind Traveler. Is it better to use a microphone or no microphone when you go live? And the quickest answer I'll be able to give you is it depends on the atmosphere you're in. Right now, we're on a desktop live stream. I don't need a microphone, but I can use because my camera, my Logitech camera could pick up my voice well. But I use a microphone because I want to keep my fan on sometimes. And if I don't have a microphone and I'm desktop live streaming and the fan is on, the Logitech will pick up the fan and you'll hear in the background, pause, versus being able to hear me as clear as you can hear me now without me yelling. Now we're going to go more into the IRL and why it's important to have a microphone. Nearly every time on the IRL, you should have a microphone. Now I'm going to say there's two different microphones real quick. Let me make it bigger. Let me real quick. There's two different microphones I would use. If I'm on the Osmo Pocket, I'm using the Osmo Pocket microphone with the fur on it. The fur helps with the fan noise and the noise in the background. Like if you're in a very, very quiet environment, you use the fur. You don't always need the fur on the tip of the microphone, but when you're in a very loud environment, like I'm going to show you, or if you're like somewhere where there's music playing, because this will save your monetization sometimes, because it'll muffle the music enough for you to be able to erase the music on YouTube when you go to your studio. So that the other thing I use if I'm on my phone, because remember, I don't know how this works. I can't get this working on your phone yet. So if I'm on my phone, I'll use this, which is like a small magnetized device that attaches to it. Now, here's the thing about this though. This small magnet can easily get lost. However, as you can see, if I put this on my collar, which I normally don't do this because this looks silly to me. For me, this looks silly. What I normally do is this. This is what I normally do. I'll put my hat to the back like this, and I'll put my I'll put my microphone like here. I'll attach my mic like this because this looks a little bit more easier to cool, and it doesn't stretch out my collar, so my collar looks crazy, and it picks up the sound well because it's right here. It's right here by your voice. So as you know, things travel up. Your voice travels up into the mic. It sounds perfectly. And just in case, like I said, now we can bring up the share screen so I can give you guys a prime example of me using this and the clarity of the voice. Shout out to Intuition. We're using the DJI mic though. Now, mind you, my voice is dead too, man. Further back first. Let's go a little further back first.
Content.
Let's go in the crowd.
Steve Work, hey.
I have a mic, and my co-host King James has a mic. Now, mind you, what I want you to realize is that my voice is dead. So I'm nowhere near speaking as loud as I am now or loud at all. But the mic is picking up everything. The mic is picking up the whole conversation and other people's conversation.
One time. Hey, yo, listen, shit, Rob. We gonna see a love you,
Now, this is the only problem with having two mics. The issue with having two mics, and this is a separate part for people who are doing the people who want to do the two-man. The problem with having two mics is that one mic is going to either always be louder than the other mic, or if you're talking at the same time, it's going to be very difficult to hear each other. So that's something that you just practice over time. But as we're in a more crowded area right here, I want you to hear how clear the mic sounds in this crowded area. You see, you can't hear the crowd as much. The crowd is very, very loud. But if you hear it, you can hear me talking to her. Or I'll give a better one. You can hear Al. Right here. Again, y'all, like the whole thing is, it's very important to use this mic in the crowd. Now, this other mic right here, I'll use if I'm not in like a outside crowd, I'll use this mic because this mic is a lot less inconspicuous. Look, you just attach it under your shirt, and it's just a little. Let me end this. Hold up. This mic is a lot less inconspicuous. Just a little dot, and you can put it anywhere. The issue with this mic is that if you're in a crowd and somebody hits you, the magnet that's behind it can possibly fall, and then you lose the magnet. But if I'm sitting here like this, or maybe I won't put it here, I'll put it somewhere like. I'll put it somewhere like on my shoulder or something like that. So it's not like right there, but this is a lot inconspicuous. It's right by my mouth, pause. So you're able to hear yourself talk, and it doesn't pick up all the background information. So you have different mics, different weapons for different locations and different things like that. All right, now I'm gonna get to y'all comments and stuff, and then we'll get back into the live stream, and I'll show you some other things that's very important when it comes to live streaming, y'all. Very important. Let's see. Let's get back to your comments. DCPRT says, yes, that's true. You do lose momentum. Yes, that's true. You do lose momentum when your live stream cuts off or if the live stream is not stable. David H. Jones says, I missed it. What's the live stream device that you showed? Is it Samsung? No. The live stream device I showed was a roaming Wi-Fi router. I showed it on Amazon called the roaming Wi-Fi router. And the way it works is that it connects to the best satellite in whatever country you're in. Usually there are places that you can't, it won't work still, like Cuba and in the top of the mountain in Minka. And in those places outside of Cuba, because if you bring one of these to Cuba, they'll take it. In those places where the roaming doesn't work, the only thing that will work is this, the Starlink. And the reason why the Starlink is good is because all it has to do is point to the sky in order to get service. The best 1080p service on your live stream. Just point it to the sky. The bad part about the Starlink is that it needs to be stationary. And you have to align it with the satellite. But you have to also have a power outlet. But you can have let me show you guys again. Here's another thing that people don't tell you. Like, this is more complex, y'all. The thing about the Starlink, right, is that it has to be connected to an outlet source, an AC/DC outlet source. And the only way that is normally is if you plug it into a wall somewhere. But they do have power banks. Now you see how we're starting to get a lot more bigger balls with having to carry stuff. They do have power banks and they do have things, and this reaches about 5 to 700 feet. And if you go 5 to 700 feet away from the Starlink, you'll still have 1080p clear quality service on your live stream. So when you go to Minka, and I'm gonna go back to Minka, and we're gonna show you guys. And there's an area by the waterfalls, and I want to show you. I'll show you how beautiful it is, because I think it's important now. You guys see this part. Hold up. 1 second. Let's see. Let's go back. It's in my regular videos, but let's see. Let's go to my regular videos. This part is a regular video. I just want to show you so I can show you the beauty of the Minka and the reason why I do got to go back. Wet and Wild. 1 second. Wet and Wild. 1 second. All right. Wet and Wild. All right, let's share the screen. Share the screen for you guys to see. All right, it's right here. Cool.
Here we are.
You guys see? All right, cool. So when you go to Minka, there's an amazing place where there's a waterfall, and people go and get in the water and stuff. And the issue about this is that there is no service out here. There's no phone service. There's no roaming Wi-Fi service. There's just no service out here. All you have to do is point this to the sky and use this in order to plug it in. And now you have 1080p quality service. So a lot of the times where it's not possible for people to do, I can now do with Starlink. And I have the accessories to take it wherever I need to go. A lot of people, they'll go to, and I'm going to tell you how simple it is, even if you're not going to a place exotic like that. Let's say you're going to the beach, and on the beach, the service might be bad because there's a lot of people on the beach. Whether you're on Hollywood Beach in Colombia, whether you're in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro Beach, whether you're in Cuba on the beach, there's a lot, and the service might not be good because there's a lot of people connecting to the service. If you have the Starlink, you can create your own line on that beach so that your quality is 4K. Now, you do want people to watch it and make sure nobody takes it, but you can go up to 700 feet away from the device and be able to IRL stream very clear as the 1080p you see on on any other live stream. So when I tell you that, when I want to go places that I'm trying to do something that most people haven't did the research to learn how to do, whether I go back to Africa, whether I'm going to Minka, whether I'm going somewhere else and I want to bring the quality, I'm going to learn and pay for the quality of what I need to get so I can bring it to you guys. Because again, it's about the message I'm trying to get across. Let me get to some more of your comments. I want to tell you, I want to tell you all that stuff, but I also need to tell you the cost, because everything comes with a cost. And a lot of creators, they'll take the money and spend it on a lot of other stuff, but they won't spend it on the most important thing, the connection. And I'll get to the cost later, but let me get to some of your more questions because y'all been so patient with me. DCPRT says, yeah, the Wi-Fi routers come in handy. I use GoCommand. It comes in handy with the next tower. Okay. I noticed a lot of other ones. I think somebody said it earlier. Netflix was Netgear rather is a better one, but it's more expensive. I think, I don't know. I haven't ever used it, so I can't say, but it definitely was more expensive. Briggs, what up, Briggs? What's up, Slice Bread? Respectfully, to get again, the choppiness is because we're on the live stream. If you go watch the actual video, it's not choppy at all. Where was I? Told you guys where I was at. Netgear again, right there. Netgear is the best one. He says. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't know. No promo. Is the 10 gigabytes or the 50 gigabyte roaming Wi-Fi you use? Okay. So now that Benny Marble brought it up, let's get to the price real quick. Now, the easiest one to start with is the Starlink. This is the Starlink Mobile. This costs $250 to buy. The thing costs $250 to buy. And then it costs $50 a month to use. Now the good thing is that you can stop it at any time, so there is no what's name. You can stop it and start it at any time. So right now I stopped it, but I might have to start it again for Cali, Colombia. Yeah, I will have to start it again for Cali, Colombia. This is $50 a month. A month. Now, the roaming Wi-Fi router that I showed you, and because I don't want to go down in the car to pick it up, I'll just because I don't want to go shucks. Because I don't want to go down in the car to pick it up, let me just share the screen real quick. Because I don't want to go down in the car to pick it up. Oh man, get out this. Let me just go again to roaming Wi-Fi Amazon. Again, YouTube is not for promotion. This is just showing them what I use. Again, $150. This is the cost. The cost of it is $150. However, if you want to get the service, every single country you go to, you have to pay for the service. Oh, I can show you on my phone. Every single country you go to, you gotta pay for the service. Now, this is the roaming Wi-Fi thing right here. Let me stop quick because I need to show you this. Look on your phone. You're going to download roaming Wi-Fi. It says right here, roam Wi-Fi right here. Here, boom. Roam Wi-Fi. This goes along with the Wi-Fi router. Right now, I have one package, as you can see. So when I travel within the U.S. and I use this for Texas, I'll show you my Texas live streams also, and that's recently. I don't normally buy it in the United States because Wi-Fi is almost everywhere. But when I'm streaming, it's important to buy it. And the reason why it's important to buy it is because when you're streaming from your phone, you need a separate connection source if you want to keep the quality and sustain the quality. You need a separate connection source. You can't just use your T-Mobile. I don't know why. You can't just use your Verizon because your phone is not going to be able to do all of that and use a service and give you a quality stream consistently. What you're going to see is people keep messing up. Now I'm going to try to bring this closer. As you can see, there's different places: the US, Japan, China, Italy, Canada, Spain, Philippines. It's a lot of different destinations. Let me see if I can show you all of them. It's a lot of different destinations that you can go to, and it's pretty much all of the countries around the world. You can use it. All of the countries around the world, you can use it. I'm pretty sure you can use it in Africa too. Let's see. You can see you can use it in Africa. You see right there, Egypt, El Salvador. My fault. Egypt, El Salvador, Ethiopia. You can't use all of Africa because maybe not. But let's see. Let's see what else we can go. 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. See, look, more places. Kazakhstan, Korea, Kenya. You can use this anywhere. What did I say? Kryptonius? I don't know. But you can use this all over the world. And somebody, this is why I tell you, if creators really wanted to bring you the content that they didn't want to spend, and they wanted to spend the money to bring you content, it's easy to do. You can use it anywhere. But let me show you the prices for things though, because I don't want to just show you guys the places and not show you the prices. So the first place I want to show you the prices for Colombia. These are the different plans that you have to pay for. 1 gigabyte, $7. 5 gigabytes, $25. 10 gigabytes, $50. 30 gigabytes, $132. I rarely ever use more than 30 gigabytes. I never bought more than a 30 gigabyte plan. And the reason why I point this out is because of this. Different devices are going to use more gigabytes. If I downloaded let me see which one I downloaded. When I did the same, matter of fact, while I'm playing, while I'm talking about it, let me show you guys. Again, I like that to be able to show you guys while I'm talking about it real quick. So let's get back to let's get back to my channel real quick and let's share the stream. And this is a recent live, y'all. These are recent lives. Let me share the screen real quick. All right, so check this out. Look, Where we at? All right. So recently I went to San Andreas. Two beautiful models. I took two beautiful Colombian women to San Andreas, and we had a wild time, y'all. And we did a lot of episodes. Well, I'll get to also maybe I'll cover how it's important to have a thumbnail and a description for all your videos, especially your live stream videos, because that's what gains people's attention. But you'll see all these are live stream videos. Let's go to which one I want to go to. I can go to the 11-hour live stream, 11.5-hour live stream I did. But let's go to this live stream. All right, cool. Let's go to this live stream right here. All right, cool. All right, so while I play this live stream, we'll talk about what I mentioned to you guys. Okay, now we're on the island, mind you. We are on the island in Colombia, San Andres, Colombia. So this is not like a big city. And again, if you see a little skip, it's only because I'm using YouTube to share the video. Once you go to the video, there is no skips. It's clear. There is no digitization on the video. I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm using the Wi-Fi router to go into the place. There is no slow tracking. It runs smoothly when you go to the actual video. But because I'm sharing the video, that's why it might run a little bit unsmooth. But I can play the sound so you can hear that. If the sound's not skipping, you know it's clear. Different devices use more gigabytes or less gigabytes. If I use my Osmo Pocket to stream, and I'm going to show you the difference in quality now, so I'm going to have to go. In fact, let's not start with the Osmo Pocket, because I'm going to have to go to the Flyboy Way Live to show you the Osmo Pocket quality. This is on my camera. This is not this camera. It's on my camera quality. If I get 10 gigs, it can last me. Mind you, I had 11-hour streams, and I only use like 5 gigs on my cell phone. The cell phone will give you more gigabytes available for live streaming. This is all cell phone recorded, and this wasn't even before I had the good cell phone. This is when I had the okay cell phone. The cell phone, let me move it up first. The cell phone stream is going to cost you less gigabytes, y'all. One second. The cell phone screen is going to be less gigabytes, and you'll still get the 1080p quality that you can get. Right now, this is not even on 1080p, to be honest with you. If I can, let me see. If I want, so far. If you want it, it is on. Let me see. It's 1080p. It's 1080p. See, right there, it's 1080p HD. See, again, when I look at the other screen, it's a lot clearer than the share screen. But again, I can went 11 hours, and I only use 5 gigabytes. 11 hours. I was able to use that 10 gigabytes across like 3 days. Because another day I went 6 hours. Another day I went 2 hours, 3 hours. Like I was able to use that 11 gigabytes. And remember, y'all, if y'all don't remember the price for Colombia, 10 gigabytes was $50. So for 3 days, I was able to use 10 gigabytes basically for $50 doing at least a 24 hours worth of streaming. Now, on the other end, and let me switch it up now. On the other end, y'all, let's go to the Flyboy Way Live channel, Flyboy Way Live, because that's where you get the DJI IRL live streams. The DJI will burn through gigabytes because the DJI is a professional. No, not professional. The DJI is the best live streaming device for people who are moving around and doing stuff, vlogging by themselves or with other people. And this will eat up the gigabytes, meaning I would use up 10 gigabytes in 2 days with only 4 hours of live streaming. You hear what I'm saying? One of them, I can do almost 24 hours of live streaming on my cell phone and not use 10 gigabytes. But I will go through 10 gigabytes on my Osmo Pocket 3 in less than 2 days if I stream for more than 4 hours. But I want to show you the difference in quality. And I could show you, we'll get to Texas maybe, but let me show you the exact same location, because I think that would be important to show you the exact same location in order to bring you the difference in quality in the same environment. Let me turn it on for a little.
So I already know when we lock it up. All right, here we go.
Hey, hi,
See?
nice.
All right, so she going. There you go. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get ready to go. I'm gonna put it down here. I'm not gonna be able to watch y'all comments and stuff, but we're gonna be able to go. There you go. All right.
Mind you, we are driving. We're driving while we're live streaming. Anybody that wants to know, when you live stream and you move, it becomes more of a chance that it's going to glitch. But the Osmo Pocket, you can see the clarity difference. Even with, this is my last camera, but I have the new camera now. It might not be as much of a difference. I have the newest Samsung camera. It might not be much of a difference. I also have the newest iPhone, so it might not be much of a difference, but there's still going to be a difference between these two of the most expensive newest phones versus the Osmo Pocket. Same location, same Wi-Fi device I'm using. Same location, same Wi-Fi device I'm using.
It fits too. All right, cool. Man, it's kind of don't fit. Kind of fit.
Let me show you driving.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time you got phone, man.
We'll mute it and I'll let it play in the background so you guys can see it. Again, the quality there is a difference. There's going to be a difference. Again, but so the thing, this is another part I want to tell you guys right now in the comments. The difference of using, whether you're going to use, which weapon you're going to use, the phone, whether it's the iPhone 17, whether it's the Galaxy Ultra 26 or the DJI, is going to be based on the longevity of your stream. The longevity of your stream should be the basic determiner if you're going to use this one or this one. Also, if you need to record the video, because if you need to record the footage like this right here, the Osmo Pocket is better because while I'm live streaming, I'm recording this also, and it comes out in better quality when I'm recording it versus when I'm live streaming. On the phone, you can screen record it later, and you might get decent quality, but if it chops up somewhere along the way, it doesn't get the best quality. So if you're going somewhere for the first time, or you're going somewhere where you really want to capture the moment to use later, you want to use the Osmo Pocket. However, if you're looking to do something like go around the whole day, and I'm gonna just jump around so you guys can see that it's not just driving where it's clear, but moving around is clear too. I mean, staying still and moving around is all clear. We in the Airbnb moving around is all clear. Again. Now here's what I'll tell you. Whether you're when it comes to IRLing, whether you're on the Osmo Pocket or your phone, when you're using a roaming Wi-Fi, once you get into somewhere like an Airbnb or a building that has actual Wi-Fi, you're going to want to switch over to the actual Wi-Fi, because sometimes the roaming Wi-Fi can be interfered with by the Wi-Fi that you have in the place, and it can cause the video to skip or cause the video to do stuff. Here's again where it becomes a problem with the Osmo Pocket. Once you're on Wi-Fi on Osmo Pocket, it is improbable, if not impossible, to switch from the Wi-Fi you originally initiated your Osmo Pocket with to the Wi-Fi in the Airbnb or building you're in. When you're on your cell phone, it's just a matter of sliding the thing down and adding the new Wi-Fi. So if you're going to be doing a live stream like I did, that was 11 hours, and you know you're going to be going in and out of different Wi-Fis, you're going to be going over the different island, you're going to want to use your cell phone, whether it's an iPhone or whether it's a Samsung Ultra. But if you know you're going to be outside and you don't mind spending a little bread and you want to be able to record the information, you want to use the Osmo Pocket 3 or 4, whatever one you have, 3 or 4. Again, you can also connect to the Starlink with your cell phones, but it's very difficult switching from your Osmo to your cell phone. Now, the reason why I'm using the exact same series is because I want you guys to see that There's no change because we're on a different island or in a different country or in a different area. These are the exact same circumstances, and it's two different views. Look at the clarity on this. This is the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm going to get the 4. I don't think you even need the 4. If you get the 3, you set. I don't even think you need the Osmo Pocket 4 to IRL live stream good to be in great quality. You only need the 3. I'm going to get the 4 because I always try to get the latest one to make sure I maximize what I can do. But again, I'm hearing there's no big difference when it comes to IRL and with the Osmo Pocket 3. Again, so we went over price. Let me get to y'all comments some more. We went over price. We went on specifications. We went on connecting to different Wi-Fi's and why the cell phone is better for that. We went over the different cell phones you can get. Again, all this leads to connection being the most important thing. Connection, because that is going to determine your quality. Not whatever newest phone you got, because most phones shoot in 1080p at least. So connection is going to be what gives you the best quality of what you can do. So let me get back to your comments real quick. I don't want to distract y'all with the video. All the videos are either on the Flyboy Way Live channel or the Flyboy Way channel. So you can check them both out. Let me go. Stop sharing. Cool. All right. I'm gonna get to y'all comments again. Remember, if you got any comments, I may be going on the soliloquy and explaining to you stuff, but I will get to y'all comments. We'll get to your information. All right, let go. Let go. Let me see. Got a microphone part, lose momentum, Samsung, Wi-Fi skipping part. All right, here we go. We ended that Beanie the Marble. All right, so shout out to Master Terrell. What up? Master Terrell. Oh, my phone. Master T Ramel, what up? Unruly Traveler. IRL streaming a lot and every day could go over 50 gigs quick. Some countries like Thailand have unlimited SIMs to protect your hotspot, $39 and $24 in Malaysia. Unruly Traveler. I think that goes along with what I explained to you guys about the Osmo Pocket using up gigabytes fast versus your cell phone not using gigabytes at all, really. Like, again, I was streaming for 24 hours in 1080p on my cell phone, and I barely used 10 gigs. 10 gigs. And I got the videos up live on my channel from San Andreas. 11.5 hours was one video, 6 hours is another video, 4 hours is another video, 3 hours is another video, and the intro video was like 30 minutes. All on the same data plan of 10 gigabytes, all for my cell phone. So again, it depends what device you use. So yes. Mike Larry, check your audio, homie. What up? Let me see. I have I have a lot of blind. Shout out to Sheldon the Traveler. He says I have a lot of blind people that watch me, so sound is very important for me. What is a good microphone to buy? Okay, Sheldon, if you specifically have a lot of people who are deaf, or blind, who are blind who watch you, the best microphone I believe is the DJI microphone. The issue with that is that you got to have the DJI Osmo Pocket. And I think you actually do, but you got to have the DJI Osmo Pocket. This is the quality microphone that will pick up everything. This is good. This other microphone I got is good also. It's called Saramonic. Saramonic. Saramonic is good also. It picks up pretty well. The biggest issue is going to be the distortion with the Saramonic, I think. Where it could get somewhat distorted sometimes. But if you got the DJI mic, otherwise just get the Saramonic. There's another one too, is more expensive. But I haven't tried it myself, but I hear a lot of people using it. It's good. I think it's Bose. Don't get me wrong. I think it's Bose. But I will have to look back at it again. Unruly Traveler. The Instant 360 mic works on the camera, but the DJI mics, you need an app to set it up for a lot of stress. Yeah, that's the issue, man. Shout out to International Zoe in the building. If y'all haven't already, subscribe to the homie International Zoe. He said, it's called a dead cat. Okay, yeah. And it's mostly for wind noise reduction. Exactly. And the little furry part. This is called a dead cat, y'all. And it definitely picks up, it definitely stops the wind again a lot. At first I wasn't using it, but I definitely started using it as I started going to mountains and started doing like activities, because as you move, if you're running or if you're on a bike, it picks it up. Or if it's a lot of wind, it picks it up without the dead cat. David Jones, how do I decide between when you stream with your iPhone and camera versus camera? I said that earlier, David Jones, but I give you a quick summary. If I'm going to be in a place where it might be a little dangerous, odds are I'm going to use my Osmo. And the reason why is because the Osmo is less conspicuous. If it's really, really a place where I'm by myself, I won't use the Osmo. If I'm live streaming, no, my fault. If I'm live streaming, I won't use the Osmo if it's a place. No, I will use the Osmo if it's a dangerous place. If it's a place where I know I'm going to be moving around and I'm going to be live streaming for a long period of time, meaning more than 3 hours, I'm going to use my phone. So it's really the biggest difference between whether I use my phone or my Osmo is how long I plan on streaming. Because my phone, I can stream infinite on my phone and just put a thing in it, a battery pack in there. I can also stream with a battery pack in here, but for those people that don't know, at least on the Osmo 3, I haven't had the Osmo 4 yet, it can overheat if you keep it plugged in. It can overheat. And if once this dies, it dies. Your live stream is over. Once your Osmo Pocket dies, your live stream is over. You can't pick it up again. In my experience of using the Osmo Pocket, once your Osmo Pocket dies, you can't pick it up again. Once my cell phone dies from my live stream, all I got to do is open YouTube up again and say resume, and I can get right back to it. So that's one major thing. The two major things is how much money I want to spend, because it's going to cost me a lot more gigabytes to stream on this, and how long I'm going to stream, because this is going to last a lot more longer than this. So that's how I choose which weapon I'm going to use mostly. And then we add, what's the danger? Is it really a dangerous place? Because I can carry my Osmo. If I lose my Osmo, that's not nothing. That's $600, maybe $500 now. It's the Osmo Pocket 3. If I lose my phone, that's everything. That's everything. Now, the good thing about your phones is this. When it comes to IRL streaming, here's a little bonus tip, y'all. These two phones are very similar quality. The iPhone 17, which is the newest phone, and the Ultra 26, which is the newest phone. The Ultra 26 is probably a tad bit better with camera than the iPhone 17. But here's the biggest issue. When you are IRL live streaming in another country, most people don't know Samsung. They don't know Samsung quality, and they don't really care to steal a Samsung phone. Listen to what I'm saying. They don't care to steal a Samsung phone because they don't know the Samsung quality. Most of them don't understand how the camera is better on here than the iPhone. They don't understand how you got the pin here where you could conduct business. They don't understand that stuff. And I'm not just talking about Colombia. I'm talking about Brazil. I'm talking about probably Thailand. I'm talking about Jamaica. I'm talking about Trinidad. I'm talking about these places. The Samsung phone isn't as popular. I won't ever live stream with this outside of nighttime. Maybe not even in the day. Because if I'm live streaming with this, two things are going to happen. I'm going to get attacked. Somebody's going to try to rob, or somebody's going to try to snatch the phone. And if I'm recording the way I'm supposed to be recording, like this, and walking around, the iPhone is going to attract 10 times more attention. The iPhone 17 is going to attract 10 times more of the attention. And these bad boys are expensive. This is expensive too. But the difference is, this is like this is like 1600. This is like 1700. A replacement for this is like $200. A replacement for this is like $400. replacement for insurance. So for me, it's like if I go out, if you got two people both live streaming, one has the iPhone, one has a Samsung. Samsung's gonna come out the better quality. iPhone gonna get this junk stolen. So again, that's also the biggest thing I use between which phone I'm going to use. Sometimes I gotta use the iPhone, but overseas no. Sometimes I gotta use the iPhone, but overseas no. I don't do it. I don't do it overseas. Sometimes I gotta use the iPhone though, because like I get phone calls on my Samsung, and if I'm getting a bunch of phone calls, it could mess up my live stream. Yeah, let me see. Unruly Traveler. Power bank came with the Starlink and cable. No, Unruly Traveler. I had to buy the power bank off of Amazon because it comes with the cable. That it comes with the cable you can plug in the power bank in the wall, but it doesn't come with the power bank. And the power bank is about $100 and something. But if you're going to do Starlink, it's going to be necessary because odds are, if you're a place where you can plug the Starlink in the wall, you're probably a place that got Wi-Fi. So you're pretty much not going to use the Starlink. You're not going to need the Starlink if you got Wi-Fi in the place. But if you're somewhere where there's no plug in the wall, then you can't use the Starlink unless you got the power bank with the attachment. So again, Tim Howard, what up? He says, shout out to the legends in the chat. Definitely legends. DCPRT and International Zoe. Shout out to Travel POV in the building too. Make sure you subscribe to Travel POV channel. What up? Tim Howard, what it do? Again, we're getting to the end of the live. I feel like I've explained a lot of this stuff. There's probably like about 2 or 3 things I gotta explain after I get to your comments. But then I think we can pretty much end the live. We're almost at 2 hours, like I said it would be. But this is this is just for people who want to go back, who want to learn how to live stream, because live streaming is big right now, but they want to do it at a cost-efficient, easier to carry, clearer option than what you're seeing a lot of other creators do and not telling you. I told you I'm not one to gatekeep stuff. Once I find out the information, I'll pay and I'll try so much to get all the information, and I'll learn from the heart and I'll bring it to you for free. Unruly Traveler says facts, Flyboy. Let me see. Tim Howard. Okay, looking it up right now. Unruly Traveler. If you have the extra battery for the Pocket 3, you could change it before it dies and you're good. What he's talking about is this right here, y'all. This is the extra battery. Like, this is the Osmo 3 right here. This is the extra extended clip extra battery. You can actually swap it out. I've never done it, but this is the extra battery. I've never done it, but you can swap it out. Shout out to Bravo. Zulu said 26 Ultra game, blending with the local models. Yup. Wi-Fi, Unruly Traveler says Wi-Fi hotspot. David H. Jones, what provisions do you have in place just in case of your phone snatching? That's a good question. And I think that's relative to IRL streaming. Now, there's a couple dangers, and shout out to David Jones, because that brings me into another aspect of IRLing that a lot of people don't speak about. The dangers of IRL traveling. There are a lot of dangers when you IRL. One, police in most countries do not respect or allow people to record them. If you're IRL streaming and you accidentally record a police officer, it can be a problem. As I said earlier, when I told you, I told Steve to put the camera down, from my intuition, to put the camera down as we went inside so the cops wouldn't say nothing. Even if they see the camera, they won't care as long as you're not pointing it at them. While it is not illegal in a lot of countries to film, you do not want that hassle. Cops will take your stuff and say you got to pick it up from the station. They will try to get money from you, and this is not just Colombia or Brazil or other places. This is the majority of countries I've been to: Mexico, Trinidad, goddamn Jamaica, Trinidad, bruh. Like, they will take your camera and charge you to get it back, or they will break your camera and then walk away, and you have no repercussions. So there are a lot of, as David said, provisions you need to take while you're live streaming. Another provision is, like I said, what phone you use, what's going to attract more attention. Also, how you are live streaming. All this is incorporated what we talked about earlier. whether you're horizontal live streaming, which makes things a lot more easier, even if you try to sneak it like this, or if you're vertical live streaming, which makes things a lot simpler. However, you're not going to get the best quality. Alternatively, the Osmo Pocket is slim. It records in 4K, and it records horizontally while you hold it like this, and it's not even that apparent. Another provision I take is I do not carry more than one phone on me while I am live streaming. When I'm in Colombia, I have a Colombian phone. Do I have it on me? It's in the safe. I have a Colombian phone. I have my iPhone. My Colombian phone is just a Galaxy Note 9. It's nothing expensive. It's nothing too great, but it is a smartphone, and it does a lot of capabilities, and it allows me to record. It's just a Galaxy Note 9. I'm not carrying my active phone and my Galaxy Note 9 at the same time, because if they snatch my active phone, I need to be able to go to my Galaxy Note 9 to be able to cancel everything I have on that phone. Also, what I do is when I know I'm going somewhere and I'm going to be using my phone, my phone to IRL live stream, I delete, listen to what I'm saying, especially in Colombia, I delete all of my payment apps, all of my banking apps, all of my Western Union, Remedy, whatever app you send to, whatever you use to send money, check, whatever app you use to send money, I delete it off my phone before I live stream, just in case they do take my phone. I'm not on here like, yo, I just lost $100,000 because some women took my phone. I just lost all the money I made at work because I was scooped and some women took my phone, and I had all of my banking and crypto apps and Bitcoin apps on my phone. No. I take the provision, and I know just in case that happens, I take everything off. So when you see me live streaming, notice that I might even, to be honest with you guys, I'm at the point where I even, for the most part, take off my YouTube Studio and my YouTube Studio app. And the reason why sometimes I even take off my YouTube Studio app is because, let's say somebody gets into your phone as a big YouTube content creator and then deletes your channel, and you don't have that second phone because you carry two phones. Remember, I had the Colombian phone. I can get in contact with my YouTube representative right away if I need to, or I can get and change my password right away if I need to. Because if they get into your phone, they see you a big YouTuber and they delete your channel, and you don't have a second phone, and you got to wait till you get all the way back to the United States to be able to correct that issue, you may not be able to get your channel back. You may not be able to get all your videos back. You may not be able to get the live videos. Again, you can create all your videos if you got all the footage. If you got all the SIM cards, you can recreate the videos. That's not a big thing. But if all the live footage gets deleted, GG's, big bro. GG's. It's over. So those are a lot of provisions. I'm trying to think if there are any more provisions I take when I live stream. I normally try to live stream with somebody, and since I'm doing all the live streaming, but I want somebody with me, whether it's a girl from that country, whether it's one of my homies. But occasionally I live stream by myself also. When I say by myself also, let me give you guys a full example. And again, this also comes with what we talked about earlier, y'all. Personality, yo. Personality is very important. And some people, their character isn't good. Some people, their personality just isn't adaptable to other people. And what I want to do is I want to share you guys a live stream. I didn't know many people in Dallas, Texas. I just realized I got a cousin there now. But what you'll see me doing, hopefully, is you'll see me live streaming in Dallas, Texas. Now, this is on an Osmo Pocket. And what you're going to notice is that while I'm using the Osmo Pocket, hold on a second, and I'm by myself, I'm still interacting with the people. Now, this is going to skip a little bit because one thing I'll tell you guys is this. Sometimes, here you go, sometimes in areas where there are a lot of people, you will get some skippage. And it might be in the beginning of your live stream, but then it smooths out, and I'll play it later. Like right now, you see some skipping. I'm trying to get to where I was talking to the girl. I already played that already. Let me see. Right now, it appears to be skipping a little bit. Hold on a second.
Okay, you've been here before.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I have.
It's good. What time you close?
At 2.
At 2?
This is like one of those places. It's a hit or miss. Really during the week. It's packed tonight though. This is my first time really just seeing it so like this. And damn.
Must be really good. You ever heard XTC?
Ecstasy?
Hey, she's trying to get me all jammed up, y'all. Nah, XTC, like a club?
Yeah.
Is it close to here?
It's probably about 15 minutes here.
So we got it.
So what you'll see on this is that the difference between the connection messing up on your cell phone versus the connection messing up on the Osmo Pocket is that when the connection messes up a little bit on the Osmo Pocket, it'll skip, but the view and the site will still be clear as day, 1080p clear, but the connection will skip. And that's usually at the beginning. Versus your phone, it'll get digitized. It won't look as clear as this right here. However, one thing I will say is that, again, as the night progresses, the connection gets better. Oh, no, not there. Oh, come on. Someone say, there we go. As the night progresses, the connection gets better. See, as the night goes, as you vlog more or as you IRL stream more, you'll see there's no more skipping to the connection. Like if it's skipping a little bit, it's only because we're sharing. Like I said, we're sharing a thing now, but there's no skippage on this right now. It's smooth. You can hear the music. It's flowing through. But earlier in the live stream, it was skipping a little bit. But here, it's smooth. And that's one thing I also understand. Depending on what you got to know, what weapon to bring. Again, that's the only thing, and it takes time. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna know right away. You're just not gonna know. I knew I was going out by myself. I knew I didn't want to just be. I wanted to be able to record everything. So I knew the weapon I had to choose was the Osmo Pocket. But I also knew that the Osmo Pocket in the beginning, when there's a lot of people, can take a while to connect and be completely clear. But once it's completely clear, I can let it run, and it's gonna be quality. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I'm saying. It really just depends on your environment. And as you live stream more, as you IRL stream more, you'll understand which weapon to bring in which environment. Sheldon the Blind Traveler. Thank you so much, my brother, for you're a legend in the travel space. I've been watching you for years. Yo, Sheldon, much appreciation, man. Again, if y'all haven't already, check out Sheldon the Blind Traveler. This guy's inspiration that if you don't think you got a story to tell, you should get out there and tell your story no matter what. Again, Sheldon will tell you, I don't want to tell his whole story from what I understand so far. Sheldon wasn't always blind, but he didn't let his new occurred blindness stop what he was doing. He went on and above more than what he was doing when he wasn't blind. So, like, I definitely would say check out his channel, y'all. Again, I watch all creators mostly. I watch a majority of creators, and I myself, even being someone who was here before, damn near 99 to 100% of the people, I still learn stuff every day. I'm still learning stuff right now through IRL streaming and stuff like that. Even though I showed you in the beginning, I've been IRL streaming since December 5th, 2017. Okay. Let's not come on. Let's keep this video monetized. Oh, my fault. Oh, that's another thing we want to bring up. Let's keep this video monetized. Let me stop sharing real quick. Sharing. There we go. Okay. Whew. That was close because it was going to get real wild after that part. And that's another thing that you have to worry about that we spoke on earlier. You have to be aware that certain things on IRL will get your channel hit that it wouldn't get hit on a video on demand. For example, outside, I gave you an example of a woman showing her breast the other day. Earlier today, I gave you an example of a woman showing her breast and how that can jeopardize your channel. If you're in a line and people start fighting and you have the fight on camera, YouTube can stop the live stream and give you a strike on your channel. I know everybody's thinking, wait, that would get me so many views. If I'm just in the line and I get a fight on the channel, I would be so famous. I'll get so much clout. You also can probably get your video not only taken down, but get it live stream completely stopped. Also, unfortunately, there are some music songs, and here's why I'm still learning this, but this is true, but I'm still learning this. There are some songs that if you play it on your video, YouTube will mute your sound. Listen to what I'm saying. YouTube will mute the sound of your live stream. And the only way, and a lot of people ain't gonna tell you this, they might not know yet, the only way you can get that sound back is if you close out the app and open it back up and then resume video. It will then allow you to pick up the sound on your audio again. And the only place you can do that is on your cell phone. You can't do that on the Osmo. Remember, once your live stream ends on the Osmo, it's over. Once your Osmo battery dies, your live stream is over. But on your cell phone, if you close out the YouTube app, you open it back up, you hit the plus sign, you say go live, it's going to say resume or end. You go resume, and you'll be back on it with sound. That's something I had to learn over time because I feel like that's a big thing. Like you can go minutes without knowing that anybody can hear you, and then you look down, and you're like, oh snap! Shout out to the homie Steve from Steven and International Mentuition. Steve was live the other day, right? And again, I watch everybody's live, y'all. I watch everybody's live. Yeah, I do. Not everybody's, so most people. Because I like to learn. I like to learn and educate myself to bring you guys, my subscribers, and people who watch me a better production. So I was watching Steve's live, and Steve, his sound went out, and it took him about like 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and I realized, yo, he's not looking at the comments, or he's so far back that he can't see that the sound is out, and he's telling a story that seems so important and interesting, but nobody can hear him. I've seen Barbara on TV do it a couple of times, but he's within a minute or two. But Steve, it was like 3 minutes in, so I immediately pick up my phone. I call him, yo, Steve, yo, your sound is out, your audio is out, and then he's like, what do you mean? No, just look at your audio. And he's like, all right. So he looks down at his chat, and he sees the chat now saying no audio. It is very important that regardless of what you're doing, now you have to be interacting with the woman you're with. That's very important. A lot of people worry about the chat first. Chat don't come first. I like y'all chat people. Chat don't come first. The person you're with and the environment comes first. Know your surroundings. Know the person you're with. And it's going to take time for people to get used to it. But the chat needs to be checked every 2 minutes. At least every 2 minutes. It has to be like a mechanical clock in your head to know, hey, have I checked the chat in the last 2 minutes? No? Let me look down. Because if you're going on a soliloquy or you're going on a speech explaining the story and you look down at the chat, or you don't look down at the chat for like 5 minutes and nobody calls you, now you got to either say the whole thing again and you don't know where they're caught in at, or you just like, you know what, forget about it. And now you missed a very important part that everybody knows. So another part when it comes to IRL streaming is make sure you check the chat every 2 minutes. On the same term, listen to what I'm saying, because there's some content creators that are doing it currently, and it's like, come on, y'all been doing this too long. Why are you still doing this? If you got a woman with you, you got a crowd, or you and your homies are together, stop reading your chat the whole time and not interacting with your background, because that is what makes your stream lame. For most people, it makes it unrewatchable, because you sit there and you're on the chat. Now the girl is sitting there, she's completely bored. She doesn't know what you're doing, and you're sitting there reading the chat, and she's like, yeah, you pay attention, and you're reading the chat, and she says something else, like, yeah, you're reading the chat. That's a very bad, I'm not saying, I'm just giving you my opinion. That's a very bad way to organize an IRL or a desktop. Either one is a very bad way. If you're focused more on the chat, then focus on the situation. It needs to be a mutual thing. And to illustrate that a little bit more, you know what I like to do? I like to bring up videos. So let me illustrate that, you guys, with one of my videos. Give me a second. Let me bring the video up for you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a perfect example of how to both interact with the chat as well as interact with the person who's there. Now it's going to be in Spanish, and I'll turn on the language so you guys can see it. But let me give you guys a perfect example, because I think the examples may do more than just me saying it. Oh, 1 second. All right, let me share the screen with you guys, and I'll let it play for a little bit so you guys can see what I mean. Okay, you guys ready?
Of course, last night, of course, like the homies I got this here, like the best experience is that I'm transitioning from being an active.
Before you guys get distracted, all right, now, before you guys get distracted, what I want you to focus on, not what's on the bed, focus on how I'm interacting with the chat, and at the same time, interacting with the woman on the bed. Don't just focus on the bed, y'all, because what we're trying to get across here for you guys is a good balance of interacting with your community and interacting with the person that's with you at the same time. Let it rock a little bit.
Doing all the running around, editing content, to being able to relax, share lives with y'all, share conversations with y'all, and things like that. When you also got hair done differently now. The fella? Yeah. It's different. So, me my own hair, different than the fella. Different than the fella. Claro, porque son por acá Colombia. For Carnival. She did it for Carnival because Carnival really starts on the weekend. I mean, on Thursday, but initially starts in January, but then the big part starts on Thursday, and then the biggest part is over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, because Monday is a holiday. So they go in and do all spray. It's easier. Es más fácil para limpiar la limpia porque la otra día nosotros we went to Baila la Calle, and as y'all seen, she had it all over her hair, so she had to wash the hair out. And her hair is very long. So it's definitely again, I like being able to go from the moving around doing everything to actually just chilling, because it shows people that a reason why I think that a lot of people either die early or they get miserable after retirement is because they try to go from 0 to 100. I mean, they go from 0 to 100, but it takes time to build up, right? Then they get to 100 at retirement age, and they try to go back to 0 the next day, and it never works that way. So as I turn 40, I said what I need to do is, because I'm planning on retiring at 50, I need to start working my way down to a playing field where I can actually continue putting content out, continue having conversations with you guys without having to feel like I'm running around so much. And I definitely got to get more sleep, even though last night I didn't get too much sleep. Need to play reds, the color reds, you, orange, go verde y maduro. Es Halloween. ¿Ah? Es un Halloween. Sí, pero también puede ser como una fruta verde y una fruta madura. La fruta madura, una fruta verde.
See, what I wanted to show you guys there is how I'm interacting with the woman, but I'm also talking to the audience and telling them a story about life and about choices and about things like that, so they understand what's going on. And a lot of times that balance will determine how quality of a stream you have. And I feel as though more people should be focused on getting that balance of. Let me turn the subtitles off. Getting the balance. Like, I'm reading his comment. I'm pointing to. You see me? I'm pointing to the screen. I'm telling her the comment that he said. I'm saying, hey, this person, Calais guy said this. I'm saying Jay Brad said this. I'm pointing to the question they asked. I'm referring it to her. This is all stuff. This is whether it's desktop or whether it's an IRL stream. This is stuff that you need to focus on when you're able to do this. Because if you're going to one second. If you're going to interact with just the people in the chat, your live stream is not going to come across good. Again, it's me pointing out with things what people saying. Again, that's just a focus, man. It's a little easier to do it in a desktop atmosphere, which even though I'm not at a desktop, this is still like a desktop live stream. It's easier to do it there than when you're IRL streaming, but it's important to do it both places. Let me see if I can give you guys a example of me doing it on an IRL live stream. That's me showing you guys in person. Let me see if I can bring up a live stream that's IRL where I'm still interacting with the person and at the same time and one that's IRL more. Okay, so the bowling one is pretty good too, but that I don't like. That's vertical. Vertical is not the greatest. So let me see. I want to put Jacuzzi Talk as a good example of it, but I don't want YouTube to demonetize this video because I think this information is important. So we're not going to play Jacuzzi. Let's see. IRL. I got another one, but we just use Wendy. This is another one at outside, but let's see. It's a lot of live videos, y'all. This is a good one, but there's music in it right here in Atlanta. This is a good example. Oh, okay, let's go with Oh, we can't because she got her nipple out. Puerto Rico, I can't do Puerto Rico. She got her nipples out. I could do Cali, Colombia with the. Let's see. A little difficult, y'all. All right. See, this guy sound. A lot of the videos they got music on it. Somebody said something about kick earlier. We get to that with the music issue, but a lot of my videos that's IRL got music on it, and I don't care about getting paid, so I'll leave the music on. But I want to make sure this one gets out. Here's a perfect one right here. Here we go. And this one is Cali, Colombia. You'll see me interacting with the chat, but at the same time, we're playing different games, whether it's dominoes, whether we're playing cards. We're playing cards. You'll see the chat on the table, me talking with the chat while we're all still interacting in real life. Me, brother Stillmatic, he should be back in Cali, Colombia next in 2 weeks. Marcella and Stillmatic's a friend. Again, you'll see me interacting with the chat and interacting with us. What I'm saying. I kind of want. All right, so I'm going to have to. All right, so I'm going to have to bring up Wendy again real quick. I hope Wendy don't be hand up, but I'm going to have to go to the Flyway Live channel because I want to show you one interacting with the chat and we're walking around, not just standing still in one place. My fault. The Flyway Way Live. So let me bring up the Flyway Way Live. Most IRLs are going to be on the Flyway Live channel with the DJI Osmo. Let's see, live. It's only lives on this channel. Let's see. Which one? Oh no, it's a perfect one right here. The two models. Okay. Okay, so here you go. This is another one where I said the IRL stream. You'll see me interacting with you guys see? Let me make sure you guys can see. I'm gonna show you guys. Hey yo, Eddie, I see that, Eddie J. All right, so this is just the intro, but this is just also to show you the clarity of the Osmo Pocket. Again, you got to know what weapon to use. I knew I had the two models with me. I had to use the Osmo Pocket, but I'm gonna speed forward to where you see me talking to the ladies and talking to the chat at the same time. And this is the IRL look around thing. All right, so you'll hear me reading and talking to the chat.
Okay.
Here you go. Look, you'll see me talking to the chat, but talking to the women at the same time. But right now, you see me paying attention to the women, right? I mean, I'm on the phone, but I'm paying attention to the women because that's important to do both. Here you go, right here.
In the comments.
So look, now here you go. Now I'm showing them the comments. I got the microphone.
Hi, people.
I'm involving the women with the camera and the chat.
People speak Spanish or not?
If you guys speak Spanish, it's going to impress them more. They can be English a little bit, but it's better if you speak Spanish because then they can understand and respond in English.
I'm telling the chat in English.
Me perdí. ¿Dónde está el- Where is the chat?
I'm telling the chat in English. If you speak in Spanish, which you can copy and paste, they'll like you more. They'll answer your questions more. But look how I'm not only involving myself with the chat, but I'm involving the ladies with the chat. The people I'm with the chat.
So when you model, you need to allow you to keep it close.
Gracias. The sushi is here. No? The sushi not here.
See, now look, right there. I want to pause right there. I hope you guys can see that. Hold a second. This is what I want to show you real quick. If you look, I gotta move how do I move? I can't move this thing right here. If you look right here, Mike Larry, because he listened to what I said, you'll hear him talking in Spanish. He says, "Se hablo español. Tienes una hermana por mí." Like I want to go up a little bit more so you guys can see it. Hold up. I gotta get past my my thing. But what you'll start seeing is you'll start seeing the chat. Can you see yet? No, he's almost there. Give me a second. You'll start seeing the chat speak in Spanish in order to interact with the ladies because I paid attention to not only the chat, but the ladies that was in front of me. Right here, Mike Larry says, se hablamos español. ¿Tienes una hermana por mí? Do you have a sister for me? He said, yes, he speaks Spanish. So basically, this is me interacting with the chat in IRL in real time, interacting with the ladies in real time who are interacting by reading the chat. Very important, y'all. Very important when it comes to IRL streaming. Very, very important. I just wanted to show y'all that once, and we get back to finishing up the topic because we're almost done now.
YouTube space is YouTube.
By far. YouTube pays very well. But it's not all about the money. It's more important the message. Because I said, for me, it's more about showing light because you can make money everywhere.
Other people donate? No.
They can in YouTube. I don't accept donations because. All right.
You got a little crazy there, but let me close that out real quick. I'll stop sharing. Again, y'all. Whenever I tell you something, it's because I want to show you. I want to be able to show you guys. I'm not. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Let me get y'all comments so we can end this live, y'all. I appreciate you guys for sticking around for 2 hours. Went above and beyond to make sure you guys can get this. I gave you guys the opportunity to ask me any questions you want to ask on IRL, live streaming, desktop live streaming. I feel as though I covered 90% of the topics. There's maybe something I might have forgotten. I remember later, like, damn, I should have talked about that. But we covered everything from precautions to take, the type of devices, which weapon to use, meaning iPhone or Osmo, Android or Osmo. We talked about how to interact with the chat. We talked about how not to just be interacting with the chat, but to interact with the people with you. We talked about the difference between vertical and horizontal live streams. We've talked about We've talked about the different devices you use, like the Roman Wi-Fi, to get on the iPhone to a live stream to make sure the connection is good. We've talked about how much it costs. We've talked about the Starlink. I feel like though anybody who watches this entire video from start to end, there's no excuse why you shouldn't be able to go out tomorrow and have the most clearest live stream as anybody, like anybody else, like anybody you see with the TVU backpack. Like you might see a Mental Wishing or Social Loner or one of the people on the streaming university or one of these big time streamers. There's no reason why you now can't go out there and get the exact same quality stuff, because I've shown you and I've gave you the thing. Now the one thing I cannot, the one thing shout out to Travel POV becoming a member. The one thing I cannot teach you, and the one thing I cannot tell you how to do, is to create a personality that works. I can't tell you how to create a personality that works for you. I can't tell you how to react to people. I can tell you that speaking Spanish is going to help you better in Spanish countries. Speaking Portuguese is going to help you better in Portuguese countries. Speaking the language of different countries is going to help you better. But I can't tell you how to be you or how to use your personality to produce. Shout out to King Porter in the room. Child POV again. I can't tell you how to do that, but the most important things, and I'm not, if I got to list them in order, it's gonna be difficult. So I'm just gonna name the 5 most important things in any order. Connection of your IRL or desktop, your personality, how you connect to the people, the type of camera you use, the planning you do is 4. The planning you do, because again, planning might be number 1 before everything else. Planning might be number 1, but the planning you do, so it might be planning first, and then the other ones, whatever ones I name, and then the last thing, figure out if you're going to do it IRL yourself or if you're going to have somebody film you, because it's going to be 2 different experiences. So hopefully this helps you guys. I appreciate everybody for joining the live, man. I'll leave this live up. Hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize it, and hopefully it'll get out to whoever needs it, because I think in 2026 there's no excuse why you should be having connection issues outside of being in Cuba. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not even going to be able to show you guys, but let me try, see if I can find something. Outside of being in Cuba, you have no excuse why your IRL stream should be messing up all the time. Now, of course, sometimes it's going to mess up because you might not have all your pieces, but outside of Cuba, you have no excuse. And if you've really been doing content for a long time, then give me a second. I'm going to have to roll down to it. If you've really been doing content for a long time, then even inside Cuba, you should have no experience.
I haven't been to Colombia yet.
Even inside Cuba, you should have no excuse why you can't have
I'm 40 now.
clear content.
Let me see. I'm trying to get. Let me see. Place I get
IRL live stream in Cuba.
Place I get that part, but I'm wondering. Oh, okay. Hopefully,
IRL live stream in Cuba.
Hack the internet like that.
Let's go back. Let me show you another IRL. I showed you a vertical live stream that was clear in Cuba. Let me see if I can show you another live stream in Cuba. So again, that's why I say, like, it's a difference between people who are professionals and want to bring you the best quality product and people who are just trying to half-ass, excuse my language, IRL live streaming. And they just want to bring you something that's subpar. Again, live stream in Cuba.
Again, not because I'm finally going, by preference, I have to. Because YouTube won't allow you to have a full inclusive experience, guys, so you guys, and then behind the scenes.
And this was in
so I had
July 14, 2024, y'all. Live stream in Cuba.
To go watch the video from last night. It's crazy. Jacuzzi vibe.
And I have one more live stream in Cuba, but I might not be able to play it here, y'all, because I want this video to go. I want this video to be able to go to the people that it needs to go to. And if I play this video, it won't. But if you want to check it out yourself, it's under membership. And it's under membership. And let me see if I can find it under membership. Cuba Live. Maybe I can't. Maybe I find it on the lives. Okay, live from Cuba. Is this it?
Yeah. What's going on? Give me a second. Give me a second. Now let's say you want to get. It's just super dope to be able to come here, y'all. It's like
again, y'all.
Peace speaking. I mean,
I just, again, this is not to brag. This is live in Cuba, y'all. In Miramar, Cuba. This is live. This ain't the video I was going to show y'all. I'll show you another video. I don't do this to brag. I do this to inspire. I do this to tell people, listen, there's no excuse. You just got to do the research. Listen, if you ask me, I'm not charging you for nothing. I'm not doing a consultation. I'm not saying you got to join the membership. I'm not saying you got to do anything. If you ask me, and when I get around to it, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to let you know, hey, this is how I live stream. This is what I do. You want the quality that's clear like this, even in Cuba? In Cuba, there's ways to do it. But again, y'all, content creators that really care about what you learn, they're gonna bring to you the quality. They're gonna bring to you the quality. I got another one in Cuba, but it's just not gonna show. It apparently is not gonna show it, so I don't see it. Let me see. All these live streams all over the place. Washington D.C., Newark, New Jersey, Medellin, Colombia live streams, Cali, Colombia live stream, IRL in Cali, Colombia, at the festival, Cali, Colombia live streams, Brooklyn, New York live streams, at Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing live streams. Again, the more people that's in the area, the more difficult it's going to be to live stream like that. I appreciate that. Shout out to Show Enough for showing me that, y'all. My fault. He just told me I couldn't see. Show Enough. These are all the live streams that I've done right here. I was trying to find a Cuba live stream for you guys, but I think it's in the membership. It's very difficult to find on the membership. But live streams in Medellin, live streams in South Beach, Miami, live streams in Barranquilla, at the Carnival. And again, y'all, I'm just telling you guys everything. Shout out to Show Up again. I'm just showing you guys every single thing that live streams in Miami. We've been live streaming for a long time, y'all. To give you guys some credibility of all the live streaming, and there's only been improving. Live stream in Jaco Beach, Costa Rica. Again, this is not something that I just started. This is not something that we started when we seen Streaming You. This is something that's been live stream Miami around for the longest, man, and improving. But again, y'all, since y'all didn't see the live stream in Cuba, let me just type in Cuba Live, see what will come up. Cuba Live. Cuba Live. Let me make sure y'all can see. Show. And I just did what we did earlier, y'all. I didn't look at the chat every 2 minutes. See, so we all make the mistakes. Just make sure we correct ourselves. Damn, I can't even show y'all where's that Cuba Live? I want to show y'all that Cuba Live, man. Maybe if I type in jacuzzi. Okay, well, let me type jacuzzi, y'all. Jacuzzi. Let me see if it's gonna show me jacuzzi, y'all. Nah, it's not even gonna show me. Listen, y'all. I was trying to bring it to you guys. I could probably bring it to you guys on my phone. But let me see if I can bring it to you guys on my phone. Because I just want to show you something. I appreciate you guys for joining the live. I'm gonna see if I can bring it to you on my phone, man. Let's see. Members only videos. No, what the heck? Again, I don't even be on my membership. Like I post my membership, of course, but I don't like scroll through it to see you highlighted members. The heck? Nah, lives. No, I mean membership. Let me see. Let me see if I got any live. Where's the lives at? Oh, they don't even bring you out the lives, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can show you on my phone. If I can't show you on my phone, we're just gonna end the live, y'all. I'm gonna stop right here. I'll show you on my phone. If I can't show you on my phone, we're gonna end the live. I just appreciate you guys for joining the live. I had a lot of calls, a lot of messages, so I want to make sure I can see if I can find on my live for you guys. Switch over, switch account. Again, this is also giving you guys time give you guys time to answer any questions, y'all. If y'all got any questions, about live streaming, IRLs, devices, let me know now because we're gonna end this soon. Channel live. See if we can find us a membership, y'all. Can't even find my Cuba video, man. I don't know if they deleted it, so I don't see it. I don't see it, y'all. I don't know if they deleted it. Damn, there's ain't that much stuff on here. Oh, I got it, y'all. It's easy to see on your phone. Again, y'all ready? All right. So we got lives in Ghana, membership lives in Ghana. But that's not what I wanted to show. I wanted to show you guys Cuba. Oh my God, Cuba not even here, y'all. I think they did. Oh no, it's right here. I got it. I gotta turn the music down because it's copyrighted music. But again, live streaming in Cuba, clear as day. Just in case y'all didn't think it was alive, let me show you guys it's alive. After snacks, it tells you when it was streamed. 2024, alive in Cuba. It's a 6 hour. I mean, I think it's a 3 hour live. Okay. All right. So again, y'all. she wild. I just had to put it down for a minute because she started throwing something in there. Again, a live stream in the jacuzzi. Look at the clarity. I know it's from phone to phone. It looks a little crazy, but look at the clarity of the live stream in Cuba in 2024. When I bring you guys products, yo, it's a reason why I do the work it takes for it to be as clear as it is. This is a live stream. How long is the live stream? It's almost 4 hour live, 3 hours and 45 minutes in Cuba. Live. Okay, all right. Again, y'all. again, I don't do this to brag. I do this to inspire, man. I appreciate everybody for watching the live. Shout out to Corey Green. Shout out to Tim Howard. Again, shout out to Showing Up for hitting me up on the what's name and letting me know. I appreciate everybody for watching the live. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. And this has been a masterclass on everything you need to know about live streaming. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.